Who should Manchester United sign this summer? Before the video starts, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the content coming over the summer, and give this video a like if you enjoy it. I've also put a quiz question in the comment section below, so go down there and see if you can get the answer right. Also check out our feature channel, Number 1 Scout Finding That Future Star, who uploads highlight videos of different players. His two most recent videos are on Luka Jovic and Kai Havertz, so go and check those out. I'll leave a link in the description. With a massive summer rebuild ahead for Solskjaer and United, who should they look to bring in and who should be sold this summer? In terms of selling players, United should cash in on Pogba, De Gea and Lukaku. Pogba seems to be angling for a move away, and with 3 years left on his contract it seems that he won't be signing a new one anytime soon. So instead of keeping him at the club for one more year, United should cash in on him if Real Madrid offer around £130 million for him. The De Gea situation is more urgent. He'll go for free next summer, so United should accept offers of around £40 million for him. Lukaku won't be a starter for Solskjaer next season, and with Inter Milan interested, United should take around £70 million, which would be a great deal for a player who's only an alternative option rather than United's main striker. United could get £10 million for Matic, £25 million for Bailly, £15 million for Jones, and would also get Mata, Herrera, Rojo, Darmian and Valencia off the wage bill. In player sales, United should be able to bring in close to £300 million. Combine this with a net transfer budget of £150 million, which seems realistic, United should be able to spend £450 million in total this summer. With around 11 players leaving the squad, United will probably need to bring in 8 or 9 players this summer, with Tuanzebe and Fosu-Mensah potentially playing first team roles next season as well. I've set out 9 players that I'd bring in this summer, which maybe does seem a little unrealistic, but when you factor in the 11 players leaving, the £450 million transfer budget and the massive rebuild that United need, it seems like an unusual strategy that needs to be taken. So Daniel James is the first player that United have or will bring in for around £18 million, which is a good signing as it gives United a traditional winger who has pace and dribbling ability as an option in the attack, and at 21 who will only improve in coming seasons. The goalkeeper to replace De Gea would be Gigi Donnarumma from AC Milan, who United could get for around £40 million. Donnarumma is only 20 years old but has 4 seasons worth of experience under his belt at Milan. He's a very good shot stopper, has excellent reactions, and is aerially very good from crossing situations. He will no doubt improve into a world-class keeper, and United would have that goalkeeping position tied down for the next 15 years. At right back, United should go all out for Wan Bissaka. He costs around £45 million from Crystal Palace. He's a tremendous talent, one of the best fullbacks in the league from one-on-one defensive situations, as seen as he was only dribbled past 0.3 times per game on average last season, which just shows how good he is defensively. He'd also offer energy down the right hand side, with his ability to dribble past players being seen with his 1.7 dribbles per game this season. He'd be able to underlap the right winger with and without the ball, which is a movement he performed many times for Palace this season. At centre back, unless United can get either ligt or koulibaly, which looks unlikely, my choice would be Harry Maguire, who's attainable for around £70 million. Maguire's 26, so still not at his peak age, and would bring a calmness in defending, front foot defending with his ability to read the game and make interceptions, and ball playing ability which will enable United to play through the opposition's press in a way they weren't able to do with Smalling, Jones or Bailly playing in the centre back positions. United need 2 first choice central midfielders with Herrera leaving. Ndombele would be my first choice, costing around £70 million. He'd bring creativity from deep in midfield, being one of the best at being able to spot a through ball opportunity and having the passing ability to make that chance. He's also a powerful dribbler, very good at keeping the ball and turning away from danger when under a press, which is something that United lack with Herrera, Matic and Fred in central midfield. Ndombele would also add the tackling ability and athleticism that Fred seems to have as a weakness in his game when playing up against players who can dribble with the ball. Youri Tielemans would be the other central midfielder I'd sign. He'd cost around £40 million, but he is 22 and a potential world-class talent. He's played in midfield too before while at Monaco and would play as a deep line playmaker, being an excellent press-resistant midfielder who can start attacks via his long passing and also having a very good long shooting ability from around 25 yards, which would be a valuable asset for United to have. In the attacking midfield position to play in front of Ndombele and Youri Tielemans in a 4-2-3-1, James Maddison should be United's main target and would likely cost around £60 million. Maddison created the most key passes per game in the Premier League this season with 2.8, more than Eden Hazard and Christian Eriksen. He's very good at being able to turn quickly past central midfielders and drive at the back line in order to advance the attack and start counterattacks from deep positions. Maddison would excel with quick forwards ahead of him, making runs in behind the back line and seen with his ability to create chances for Jamie Vardy this season. To fill that wide right midfield position, I would look to snap up Hakim Ziyech, who I've spoken about before multiple times on this channel. He's a £25 million release clause and was one of the best creative players in Europe this season, racking up 3.7 key passes per game in the Eredivisie and 2.2 per game in the Champions League, which is a phenomenal return for any player. He'd offer the vision, intricate dribbling and passing ability that no other wide players at United would have, and this would evolve the United attack, making them less dependent on creating chances via passes from midfielders in deep positions, which was why United was so reliant on Paul Pogba this season. United also need a clinical striker who can link the attack when dropping deep to bring the midfield into play, as Rashford's inconsistency throughout the season when having big chances and Lukaku's woeful technical ability showed the value of a top-class striker who can do both, and what a massive improvement it would be for this United attack. The man I'd sign for this role would be Mauro Icardi. Icardi has consistently been one of the best forwards in Europe, and apart from last season when there were numerous problems behind the scenes, Icardi has outperformed his expected goals metric, hitting nearly 6 goals over his XG in the 2017-2018 season and around 3 goals for the 2016-17 season and 2015-16 season, showing that Icardi is a world-class finisher, being able to consistently put away chances with low probability XGs. His interplay, which is his first touch, hold-up play and vision, are all very good, which is something that Solskjaer wants from his forward. With 2 years left on his contract and Conte seemingly making it clear he wants Icardi out of the club, United should be able to land the Argentine for around £70 million. So the side would look like this: Donnarumma starting in goal with Romero as a backup, Wan Bissaka as the right back with Dalot as backup there, Shaw at left back with Young as the backup. The two centre-backs would be Lindelof and Maguire. You'd also have Smalling, Tanguy and Fosu-Mensah in the backup positions there. In central midfield, if you're playing a 4-2-3-1, you'd have ndombele and Tielemans with Fred, McTominay, Garner and Pereira as the central midfield backup. Maddison would be in that advanced midfield position with Ziyech on the right and Martial or Rashford on the left with Icardi up top. You'd also have Lingard in the squad who could make appearances off the bench, and youngsters like Greenwood, Chong and Daniel James all being viable options in the attack. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.